Welcome to Matt Explains Science. This is the first lesson in the General Chemistry course. Today we will be starting by exploring the basic definitions of matter and how we should classify it. So let's get started. Firstly, let us just define matter as simply as possible. Matter is basically anything that has mass and occupies space or volume. And chemistry is the study of this matter and how different forms of it interact and change. Like most things in chemistry, matter can be classified based on its composition and its properties. So, our first classification of matter is substances, or also known as pure substances. What exactly are they? Well, a substance is matter that has a constant chemical composition and properties. They can be further subcategorized into elements and compounds. For example, if you use graphite pencils like me when taking notes, you might know that graphite is a form of elemental carbon, and that at the microscopic level, the carbon atoms will always be arranged in a hexagonal lattice formation. Water, on the other hand, is an example of a compound, and it is made up of two elements. Always one oxygen atom and two hydrogen atoms for each molecule of water. Let's look at the elements in a bit more detail. An element is a substance made from one type of atom only. Atoms, which we will be discussing in a later class, are made up of protons, neutrons and electrons, as you may know. But we cannot split an atom of an element without a nuclear reaction. Elements cannot be separated into a simpler substance by any chemical means. There are in fact 118 known elements in the universe, and 94 of which occur naturally on Earth, and the remaining 24 have been synthesized in laboratories. The periodic table of elements arranges the 189 elements from left to right and top to bottom in order of increasing atomic number. The other subcategory of substances are compounds. Compounds are formed by the interactions between different elements. Therefore, a compound is a substance composed of two or more elements. And each element in the compound is chemically united in a fixed proportion. So, as compounds are formed from chemical interactions between elements, so too can they be separated by chemical means. A very common compound is table salt, also known as sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is composed of two atoms of different elements, that is, two different elements. The chemical formula for sodium chloride is NaCl, which represents a 1:1 ratio of sodium and chlorine. By themselves, sodium is a highly reactive metal and chlorine is a poisonous gas, but together they form a very stable salt that we all love to put on our food. As you can see, sodium chloride forms a giant, endlessly repeating lattice structure, but it will always be in the ratio of one sodium atom to one chlorine atom. Next up we have mixtures. A mixture is a combination of two or more substances. So it could be two or more elements or two or more compounds. However, the difference is that substances in a mixture are not chemically combined, and therefore each substance in the mix retains its individual composition and properties, unlike with sodium chloride. As the substances are not chemically united, they can be separated by physical processes. For example, when mixing sugar and sand. When added together, they form a heterogeneous mixture. This just means that the mixture does not have a uniform composition throughout. And now if we were to mix sugar with water, we would get a different kind of mix. We would get a homogeneous mixture, which implies the mixture has a uniform composition throughout. So, to sum up, matter can be classified into a number of subcategories. Firstly, into substances, which is basically matter that has constant composition and distinct properties. And this can be further categorized into elements, which are substances made from one type of atom only, and also into compounds, which are made from at least two elements. Compounds can be broken down into elements by chemical means. Then we get mixtures, which are combinations of two or more substances. The difference being that they can be separated by physical separation techniques. Mixtures can be further categorized by whether they have uniform homogeneous composition or non-uniform heterogeneous composition. So there you have it, this first lesson on classifying matter. Stay tuned for more content and please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.